Number 13 from the 4.3 packet got nominated by several people. So I'm going to go ahead and work it out. I can see several places where you could have pitfalls. The major place that people have pitfalls on this problem is not keeping track of the fact that time is done in different types of units here. So we have this disc jockey on the radio station. They had to play 12 commercial spots during 1 hour of radio shown. Each commercial is either 30 seconds or 60 seconds long. If the total commercial time during that hour is 10 minutes, that's the total amount of commercials, how many 30-second commercials were played in that hour, and how many 60-second commercials? Okay, so we know that there is this is a mixture problem, first of all. That's the first thing I see. So I'm going to ask you to consider it in those terms. As always, there's at least two relationships that show up in terms of the two variables. We have our two variables. We don't know how many 30-second commercials, and we don't know how many 60-second commercials there are. So go ahead and pause the video and try setting it up based on that information. All right, assuming you're back, I'm going to go ahead and work it out the way I want to do it, and we'll see how things go. So we know there's 12 total commercial spots. So I'm going to go here into my workspace. I'm going to call the 30-second commercial spots X and the 60-second spots Y. So X plus Y equals 12. That's my total number of commercial spots. Total commercial spots equation. As you probably noticed, there's usually some sort of simple sum. That's the simple sum. When I go back in here, I know that some of the commercials are 30 seconds and some of them are 60 seconds. And I know that I have 10 minutes total. So now I need to do a commercial time equation. So I know this is my time equation. I'm going to get a sum of time that equals 10 minutes. Okay, now I could either do that as equals 10 minutes, or I could equal 600 seconds, because 10 minutes is 10 times 60 seconds. So I'm going to do the equation two ways. I'm going to do it in minutes. I'm going to do it in seconds. So if I do it in seconds, then I know that I have 30 seconds times each of the 30-second spots, plus 60 seconds times each of the 60-second spots. Now, if I did it in minutes, I'd have to do 0.5 or 1/2 times the half a minute or 30-second spots, plus 1y, because each of the 60-second spots is 1 minute. All right, so I have my two equations. I have my total commercial spots, and I have two versions of my time equation. Either one will work. This one is just everything is 60 times what everything is in the minutes version. I have a seconds version and a minutes version. I could work with either one. I'm going to choose to work with the minutes one because all my coefficients are a lot smaller, and I can just use my elimination tools on this. I'm getting rid of that one. I'm going to go ahead and move this about so my variables are stacked on top of each other. And you should pause and see if you can sort this out. And if you're back from pausing, I'll sort it out. I'm going to subtract because my y coefficients are the same. So I end up with 0.5x, because x minus 0.5x is 0.5x, because that was really a 1x there. Y goes away. So that equals 12 minus 10, which is 2. If I want to get rid of 1/2, I multiply both sides by 1/2, or I divide both sides by 1/2. It's the same thing. So multiplying both sides by 1/2, this becomes x, and 2 becomes 4. All right, so multiplying both sides by 2, multiplying 1/2 by 2 gets rid of 1/2. So I apologize, I misspoke. So let me go back. I need to either multiply by 2 on both sides to get rid of 1/2, because 2 is the reciprocal of 1/2, or I need to divide both sides by 1/2. 2 divided by 1/2 There's 4 1/2 and 2, so that's 4. So now I know how many. I know there's going to be 4 30-second spots. I can then go ahead and plug in 4 for x. 4 plus y equals 12. Subtract 4 from both sides. And y is going to equal 8 60-second commercial spots. So I have 4 30-second spots. I have 8 60-second spots. And I hope that has helped.